guys, I am struggling with my hold on, I'm going to see if I can fix this. I'm like sideways. Oh, let's see. Oh my goodness, it's been one of those days. I was trying to go. Oh goodness Lord, sorry guys. It is every time. How is everyone doing? So sorry, I've been struggling to log on. I had all my settings. So normally I'm not vertical, I'm usually the other way, but you just manage it the way it is. Give me a few seconds because I can't even see the live chat. Hang on. I feel like I struggle every time. Hey. Let's see. Because if I close this, I'm going to lose you guys. Hang on. Oops. Nope. What did I do? No green screen. Sorry. I was going to use my phone. How's everyone doing? Can you guys hear me okay? Whew. Happy New Year. Can you guys hear me? I'm going to look at my laptop because I can't, the chat keeps closing on my, it keeps closing on my, I'm not sure why. Hey, Hexy, it keeps closing on my iPad. No, I hate using my iPad to live stream, and now I hate this orientation. But oh. I'm going to look down because I have to look up because I can't see the screen. So I have, hi Sonia. So I have to look down because each time I tap, for some reason on my iPad, if I do the live stream on my iPad, it closes the live chat, so I can't see anything. So bear with me. I'm just going to dive in. Hope everyone is doing okay. Hi, Quinn. Sorry, I'm just going to look on here. Hi, Gwyneth. So far I see Hexy, Sona, Gwyneth, and Zulu Huntress. All right. Hope everyone is doing well. Happy Friday. Oh, you have no idea how I hate. I played with all my settings earlier on to make sure I had all my settings correct and everything worked. And now that I need it to work, it's not working. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I don't want to be talking and no one can hear. Can you hear okay? Just put yes, so that way I know, so I can start. Awesome. And if there's ever any staticky thing, just let me know in the chat. All right, so Happy New Year. This girl is fancy, Erica. Hi, guys. See, now I can see it on the screen coming up. I guess it doesn't show me as a... All right, I'm just going to start. Patreon. I feel like I've been beat up by Patreon. So let me just hopefully clear up any misunderstanding in case anyone is in the chat and they... Sorry. So Patreon is basically a resource for creators to create their content. People support them through subscription. You can set up different amounts. So whenever my account, a lot of my information was stolen in 2023, May of 2023, I switched a lot of my content to Patreon. well, formulas. So for some reason, I think people back then, they just assumed that all my new formulas that I've been doing, the entire year of 2024, all the formulas have YouTube. Half of 2023, the formulas are on YouTube. So I don't know, that's just, I'm literally bombarded every day with where's the recipe, where's the recipe. And even the most recent videos I've done on YouTube, I always put it in the intro. You can find the formula recipe at the end of the video. But either way, that's how my Patreon got started, because my content was stolen. So I'm not forcing or begging people, you know, like, hey, because I don't want to harass anyone to join my Patreon. The thing is, if you want to access those earlier formulas, that's the only way. From, I want to say from May 2023 to the prior years, 2022, 2021, 2020, those are not on YouTube. But everything from, I want to say from June of 2023 till now, I've been putting the formulas. I just don't put them in the description box. I'm not going to make it easy for people to just steal my formulas. Yeah, they're still going to steal it on the screen. They can screenshot it, but I'm not going to make it easy where you can copy and paste. But you can find the formula from June of 2023 to 2024. Now, if you join my Patreon, now the problem is Patreon decided to do something last year where they made it where people could join for free. Now, if you join for free, it doesn't benefit you in any way, because I don't really know of creators that are giving free formulas. I don't know, at least the groups I follow or people I follow. I have people that have been paying for probably 2 years at this point. I don't think it's fair for me to just give free formulas. I already do so much on YouTube free. There's a lot of work. It may not look like it on YouTube. There's a lot of work that goes into creating formulas. And I'll show some examples of some formulas I made 2 years ago, just to show you it's a lot of work. So I'm just saying this to say, at the beginning of the year, I sent an email on Patreon. I said, hey, if you're a free member, it doesn't help me in any way, because you can't like my videos, you can't support me, you're not, I rather you just support me on YouTube, you know, like just like the YouTube videos, comment, put a heart emoji. That actually helps me more, you know, because that way people, you know, YouTube can recommend my videos, as opposed to just joining Patreon and it's free. It doesn't help me as a creator. It doesn't add to like my subscription, paying subscription, because yeah, if you do a lot of work as a creator, you want to get paid. That's just reality. It takes hours and hours. There's sometimes I film a video, a formula, the batch fails 3-4 times. I had a video one time, I think I did the formula 5 different times before it was stable, and I still had to test it. So I don't think it's unfair to be paid for your work. It's a lot of work. I know everyone thinks, yeah, just go put 1 or 2 ingredients together. Yeah, if you can, that's fine. So why I'm saying this is, so when I said at the beginning of the year, if you're on Patreon for free, I'm going to delete your email. So I actually reached out to Patreon. I said, hey, the free membership, it doesn't help. It's actually very confusing sometimes, especially when I'm sharing formulas, because sometimes you can actually make the mistake to share to everybody. And I said, is there any way I can remove the free membership? And they said, no, you can't. But what you can do is, the only way is if you block the email, that deletes the email. I hope I'm making sense. So if you join a Patreon, you have to join with email. So the Patreon customer rep or whatever was like, well, you can't delete their email unless you block their account. So I said, okay. At the time, I think I had like 400 and something free members. So I was just like, I'm going to start deleting, blocking. So I sent an email. I said, hey, if you're in the free membership, to avoid me blocking you, just unsubscribe from the free membership level. So that way it saves me time. And then just support me on YouTube. I felt it was a very respectful email. Thank God I saved it. I don't know, someone took it the wrong way, and I got a really nasty email. I'm just going to read it, because at the end of the day, you don't have to agree with everything I do. I don't even agree with everything that I do. So I don't expect you to agree with everything that I do. But there's no need. Hold on, I'll make sure I can see the chat. There's no need to send, you know, thank you, Bolanle. I'll start reading the chat. I'm just trying to get all the stuff off. If you've not attended the live before, I kind of go over all the quick topics, like quick pressing updates, then I'll start answering questions. you don't have, like, the thing is, there are several people I follow. There's certain type of content I like to watch on YouTube. I watch movies on YouTube. I like romance movies. I like happy vlogs, people's lives, things like that. I really don't watch a lot of formulating stuff on YouTube, believe it or not. Well, except for Tara Lee, maybe, and Cecil Vig. Those are probably the only two I watch consistently. But other than that, I watch vlogs. So the point is, even if you didn't like the way I sent the email and you disagreed with me, there's a way you can say, like, hey, well, whatever, I'm very big on like energy and, well, let me not say energy, but just tone. And I don't like negativity around me. I like to be, nobody's happy all the time, but I like to be, I don't want to dim my joy. So I'm just going to read it real quick because so basically the person on YouTube, she was a paying member. And just for you get the points shortly, okay? So be patient. So just for the record, my Patreon has 2 membership subscriptions. It's $5 and it's $10. If you can't afford to pay, it's okay. But my point is, if you join for free, it doesn't help me. It doesn't help you because I don't share formulas for free. That's the point I'm trying to get to. I don't share formulas for free on Patreon. I share free formulas on YouTube. I share 2 exclusive formulas on Patreon that I don't share anywhere else. So it's okay if you can't afford it. And because I already share stuff on YouTube, but the point is, Patreon made it where people join for free. It doesn't help you as a creator. You're trying to get paid for your work. So that's the point. So I sent the email saying I was going to block the emails if you don't unsubscribe. So anyways, the person was upset and said, and it was also the tone. So I blocked her on Patreon. Then she came on YouTube on my New Year's post and she shared, what an incredibly rude person you are to write what you did on your Patreon about blocking all the free members, even those who have been paying members before and would have come back again paying because your ego is so big. Okay. That you won't tolerate anyone following you for free. They have to be paying members or be blocked. Not to mention that that's hugely frowned upon on the Patreon platform. No, it's not. To block potential paying members, you are alienating over half your audience. I voiced that opinion to you, and in return, you said I clearly didn't get the meaning of your post. You told your Patreon members that they need to leave. I didn't say they need to leave the free area or be blocked. I left, but you blocked me anyway. I blocked you because of your nasty tone, because you didn't like what I had to say. You are nothing like I thought you were. I've been following you for years now, but now I see who you truly are. You should be ashamed of how you acted. Go ahead and block me here too, which I did, because that's what you do. I won't be following you anywhere any longer. Your loss. And what a shitty way to start off your year. I'm only going to say this once. The reason I didn't even go ahead to block anybody, right now I have over 700 and something free members. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I have so much I'm working on. So my thing is, you can stay on there free. I'm not going to block you. I did send that message out that I was going to, but at the end of the day, honestly, the Patreon is the least of my worries, to be honest. I have much, much more pressing things. So the point is, Dr. Lake Kuma, is if you're a free member on my Patreon, you don't get access to any formulas that I share. So you're just on there as a free member. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help me. So I rather you be on YouTube. If you truly say, or if you truly feel the content I share is beneficial, then just support me on YouTube. What's the point of going to create an account on Patreon if you have no plans of paying, subscribing? But anyways, that's the one main point, because that really, really irked me and really got me. And I was just like, why would I let anyone steal my joy? Because you don't know me personally. You only know me on online, YouTube, and however you see me on YouTube live chat. And what I noticed, because I'm on Tara Lee's Patreon, I'm on the Swiftcraft Monkeys blog, and I'm on another one. I keep getting billed. I can't remember the third one. And the formulating Swiftcraft Monkeys blog that I talk about all the time, that's one of the main formulating blogs. Susan, I think she's based out in Canada. I paid $10 a month. She sent an email recently saying, if you're in the $10 level, the pricing is increasing to 15. I have no problem paying that because I've been on there since 2020. I started out at $5. And I get not everyone can pay $5 or $10, whatever the case is. But do you know how expensive? And I'm going to break it down because I'm just, now I no longer respond to DMs on Instagram or TikTok. I don't. It's a waste of my time. So if you sent me anything there, and I want to make this like a good, happy thing, but I had like a major burnout where I didn't formulate or make anything for about almost 5 months. I was just using recycled content because I was so sick of it. It's like when I'll post content on YouTube Shorts or TikTok or Instagram, people were bombarding me. Oh, where's the recipe? Where's the formula? You realize I'm a small business owner. I make things to sell. You clearly see me packaging 20, 30 jars. It's for sale. It's not a recipe. If I wanted to share it, I would post it in the comments page. Hey, here's the recipe or the formula. So that's the point of the Patreon. Like, it's not just the fact that people don't want to support you, but it's the insults you get along the way. Because I doubt that Tara Lee is being insulted that way. I doubt that. Yeah, Jerica is the other person that was on her Patreon. Jerica Zimmerman is a soap maker. I love her vlogs. She posts all her videos, all her products she's making to sell. She's like, oh, if you want the recipe, go on my Patreon. She probably has almost 2,000 people on Patreon. So people have no problem, but you go in every week, I post videos, I share the formula in the video, and you still get silly comments like, oh, what, but the bottom line is, I'm not deleting free memberships. I don't have the time. Those that are there that subscribe monthly, thank you, because I'm very grateful. But that's enough on Patreon. I'm done. I don't want to go over that. Right now, I have probably over 2,000 comments on all the videos I have. It's probably more. Somebody left a comment asking why I don't respond to questions. I can't respond to every question. What I do is the most recent video that I've done, I try to check the comments for about 2 weeks, up until maybe 2 weeks. Sometimes if I'm not as busy, the whole month, I'll periodically check for comments. But it's impossible to expect me, where I have 500 videos, I think almost, maybe 400 plus videos, not including shorts, maybe 4 something. I have videos from 2020. People are leaving comments there. How am I supposed to respond to 2020, 3-year or 4-year, comments? I used to, but the problem was when I would respond, they would come back with 3-4 more questions. I'm not on my computer all day long, so I can't, so it's not like I don't want to, but it's difficult. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you ask me a question, like hey, what is the shelf life of this product? And maybe I say, hey, this is how you check shelf life. Then you now come back with like 2 more questions. Hey, how do you, think about it. I have almost 400 and something videos. Imagine, multiply that. I get questions every day. Then I also have a Patreon I'm running where I have to respond to my Patreon members. Then I have a business. I have formulating things so I'm not a machine. So people should give me grace. That's just all I'm saying. There's no need for nasty comments. There's no need for nasty messages, emails. I clearly put in the description box how you can find resources. People will leave in the comments, how do I access your online classes? Did you read the description box? Everything is there. There's a reason I pinned the post. So just make it easier for the creators. It's exhausting mentally. It really is. And I thank God I enjoy what I do, because I honestly would be like, I'm out. Because it's more beneficial for me, honestly, at this point, financially, to focus on my courses, my ebooks, because that is zero effort on my part. That's passive income that people sign up. It's already pre-recorded. Ebooks are already there. Download it. The only time I do stuff is if there's a troubleshooting issue they can't download. But to be taking insults on that's why I don't do DMs anymore, because I can't. You coming to my business page and asking me stupid questions. So this is not at you guys. It's just some people are just, people blasting me on DM. What's your phone number? I want to call you. Why? There's no phone number on my website, so that means I don't have one to give you. So anyways, that's that. I don't want to rant. Let's get to the nitty-gritty of everything. If you want to find recipes prior to May of 2023, they're on Patreon. All the formulas from June of 2023 to present day, they're always going to be in the video. I don't put anything in the description box. So I'm going to start answering questions. Hi, Silvani. Hi, Anne. Hi, Zulu Huntress. Bolanle, Mikini. I remember Mikini. I think I remember you. You should. Olufumi, I remember your name. Simi. And I think everybody, I said hi. Okay. So I don't know if you watched the video. So I'm going to jump in. So if you have any question, just put it in the chat. I'll answer it as usual. Just to make sure I didn't miss anyone's question. So preservative is a big thing for me. Why? Because, sorry, I have allergies too, so don't mind my dripping nose. I have allergies too that played up. Preservatives is a big thing for me because when I started making products, I wasn't sure. I think when not that I wasn't sure, I wasn't confident in preserving products. So when I started making products, my business, I just had one water-based product. That was my black soap wash. And the only preservative I was using was Liquid Germo Plus because all the blogs, everything said that's the easiest preservative to use. So that's what I was using. But then I started, reading more books. I joined the formulating blog. Everything is in the description box. Just in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. If you click on the description box, you're going to see formulating resources. Just scroll down. It's going to tell you the formulating blog. That's the main. Even if you're not new to formulating, I feel there are many seasoned formulators that are on there. So books, I linked it in the description box. I'm going to link some more. I found some more helpful books on Institute of Personal Care Science. I'll try and link those. I forgot to do that earlier. But preservative is such a big deal. The reason why, I'm going to show you in a second. So I bought a product. And I'm not going to even show the label. I'm going to hide the product because I make mistakes too. None of my products are perfect. I mean, I've had batches fail and So if you're making any water-based products, you need a preservative. That's like a must, okay? If you're not sure which preservative to use, this is not me trying to push my preservative video on my books. Don't even buy my books, please. Buy the Swiftcraft Monkey's blog. The blog, and it's linked. She has 2 ebooks on preservatives. There's a lot of information. You may have to read it a few times. She is amazing. I probably have about, I want to say at least 10, 15 of her ebooks. However many ebooks she has, I probably have 95% of them all. She is so dedicated to, So don't look for the easy way. Somebody asked me, they heard they could use, I can't remember what it was. They could use citric acid to preserve. What was the product? I said, you can't just use citric. Citric acid is not considered a preservative. It's a pH adjuster. I want to go back and forth with me. I don't have the energy for that. If you want to use citric acid, then go and use it. But just be careful because if you're making for yourself at home, I don't really worry so much, but if you're making to sell. So basically, when you make any product, you want to give it like a estimated shelf life. So the point is, so there was a product I bought. I'll make sure I'm not showing this. I don't know. This is a face wash. I don't know if you can see what is in there. So this was a face wash I bought. I bought 3 things. It's a face wash. I don't know if you can see, it's like little, I don't know, white chunky things. So when I bought the face wash, I want to say I bought the face wash. Look at my receipt. But when I bought the face wash, to be honest, I bought 3 things, like a soap. I bought a soap, a deodorant, and that. I'm very picky about what I put on my face. I'm sorry. I'm just very picky. So I was like, okay, let me wait a bit before I use the face wash. So I used the other stuff. So when I wanted to use the face wash, it had developed those things. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's showing, but it has all the So of course I wasn't going to use it. So I just, so when I went to the website, they said their shelf life was 6 months. And at the time that I had it, it was maybe 3 months, maybe 4 months. Let me say 4 months, if at all. Okay, I'm lying. I used it twice, but I didn't like how it made my skin feel tight. That's what it was. So I just left it. I've actually forgot I had it. I was using the deodorant and other things. So when I went to check, I was cleaning out my drawer that has all the extra stuff, and I saw it. I said, oh, it's grown. It has all this stuff in there. What is the shelf life? So I went on the website. It said 6 months, but this wasn't 6 months. I say this to say, and I'm not trying to brag. God knows I'm not, but I have a big basket where I keep, and I have failed products all the time. I have a basket where I keep extra stuff, like when I make them, I make like an extra bottle or two to see. So this is a face wash I used to sell. It was just too much work to make it. That tube is kind of this is one of my turmeric face washes I used to sell. And this is going on almost 2 years. I made this, if I remember, I had the date. Yeah, I made it, yeah. This was January 2023. Of course, I'm not going to use it because I put 1 year as the shelf life. The oats and honey cream I made, I taped this. This is, you won't, I don't know, it's reverse. It's May of 2023. I had like some extra ones. Because whenever I had like 2 that didn't sell and it was past the shelf life. So I just kept it. So of course it's changed. The color is darker now. If you watch the video on Sunday, this was lighter. So it has changed. I think definitely some oxidation. But the emulsion has not, it's still there. There's nothing growing. It's just still there. So this recipe formula that I shared on Sunday, the reason why I brought this up is this took about 10 different batches to get to this level. I sent it to the lab 3 times for microbial testing because I used to sell it. It failed. The first time I sent it, it wasn't 100%. I changed the preservative. Actually, I sent it 4 times. I changed the preservative like 3 different times. So all I'm saying is if you're going to sell stuff or make for yourself, for your family, your kids, your loved ones, take the time and just study to preserve. I made this shampoo on Patreon. It's a moringa and rosemary shampoo. I think it's been about 3 months. I have to see. It's still the same way. There's no separation. There's nothing. I'm very I also did a hair serum. So when I say I take the time to create the formula, I test it, then I release it and I share it. And then someone's telling me that I don't deserve to be paid for my work, then that's insulting to me. But anyways, let me answer your questions. But that's the thing. So for preservatives, if you're not sure, get the book, honestly. Swiftcraft Monkey's blog. I linked the lab. Hang on. I linked the lab that I did my microbial testing. She also has a video. Oh my gosh, what is her title? She has a PhD. I can't remember her official title, but we chatted and I asked her questions about emulsions because I paid for the video. She taught a class on preserving products. I linked the video, it's in the description box. It's very, 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 very thorough. It's not free, I paid for it. I linked it there. She taught me, she shared so much about emulsions, why they're difficult to preserve, and then why rinse off products are easier. Hey, Christy, Feed the Beauty, welcome. So it's hours and hours of studying. Hi, Julie. It's hours and hours of testing. Each time I send a product to the lab to test, it's not free. Sometimes if I send 2 samples, I think it's like 100 and something bucks. So imagine sending something more like 4 or 5 times. So if you want to take this seriously, maybe you are a business owner or you want to just do stuff for your family where you feel like you're making stuff safely, it is an investment. Ingredients are expensive. Testing is expensive. People say, oh, buy your kit and test at home. Okay, if that's what you want to do, do that. I don't do that. So everything is there for anyone that asks. I just wanted to show you though that example of how you know, when you're, especially when you're calculating your shelf life, if you say a product is going to last 6 months, it really should last more than 6 months. It shouldn't be growing mold after 6 months or whatever the case is. But let me see. Okay, Bolanle said, I saw the notice. The person definitely didn't get the intent of the notice. Yeah, I try to be very careful with that. Olufumi, thank you. Glad I'm here today. It's been an amazing experience since I found your page. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. It just irritates me. It really does. Especially when somebody says I'm something that I'm not. Do you get it? So that's what really annoys me. And honestly, I didn't even give it, I've not thought about it since it happened, honestly. It's just because I was thinking of topics to go over. And Patreon seems to be such a hot issue, or where people feel, and I get it. Not everyone, right now in this economy, nobody wants to be paying $5 if they don't need the service. So it's all good, but don't come and insult me also. What else? Carly, hi. Thank you. I'm doing well. Hope you're good. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that. I don't know if I'm an inspiration, but thank you. Oh, you're from Australia. Okay. I'm trying to do my Australian. Let me see if I have my Australian. Okay, I can't do it, but welcome, welcome. Mikini, oh, you're the reason I learned to preserve my products. Yeah, good. Because if you're following, and trust me, I made a lot of mistakes. Trust me, I have had emulsions fail. I had a vitamin C moisturizer I made, I think it was last year. I knew when I was making that thing, mixing it, I said, nah, this is not it. Because I think I had like 5 videos that day. That was the 5th one. I was tired. I was just like, I made it. And like 3 days later, I just saw the fuzzy crap. I said, yeah. And I ended up remaking it. Then I had to wait like a week or 2 before I could post it on Patreon. So it happens to me too. So that's why I know, you have to really, you just have to be careful. Okay, Bolanle said, how do you know how much emulsifier you need when making an emulsion? So it depends on the emulsifier, honestly. Every emulsifier is different. They have the usage rate. So if you go, I don't know where you purchase your emulsifying wax from, but and it also depends on how you want your finished product to be, how thick you want your finished product to be. So usually they will have, and I buy mostly from Lotion Crafter or Formulator Sample Shop. I'll type it here. So if you buy from any of those places, it has the formulating guide. There's not a universal percentage because every emulsifying wax is different. For the most part, if you're making an emulsion, it really, I can't say use only 5%, use 6%, use 4%. And honestly, it comes with, they have the guidelines. I think, I don't know, someone is revving their car. Like the emulsifying wax I used on Sunday, Rita Moss SCG, I think the recommendation, I think it was maybe, let me look. I think it was maybe up to 7%. I'm not sure. I have to look because when I have it, I have my formulating book. I don't have it here, but I have a big book. So I put the ingredients and the usage rates as like my side notes. So that way when I'm making whatever, I can reference that. And sometimes, honestly, if you're not sure, you can actually go directly to the manufacturer. Like if you type that ingredient, usually you'll find like most times you'll find the manufacturing guideline also. The problem is sometimes there might be a different name. Let me see. So for example, Rita Moss SCG, I have to check because I don't have it memorized. Okay. So Rita Moss SCG, the one the emulsifying wax I used on Sunday, they said recommended usage rate is 2 to 10%. I've never had to use it at 10%. But that's just a guideline, right? And they said they typically recommend about 8%. I have never. I think the most I've used is 7%. And it was too thick for me. So when they give you the guidelines, that's when you have to do your own batch testing. Batch testing is one of the most frustrating things that you have to do. You have to make a product several times. This moisturizer, when I made it, I let it sit for 30 days. First, I sent it to the lab to see if the microbial they passed. I let it sit for 30 days to see if there was any change, if they separated. So there's not one answer I can give you. You have to look at the guideline, and based on what you're making, the more emulsifying wax you add, usually it will make it thicker. That's usually the case. The more wax you use is going to be thicker. So it depends on what your finished product, what you want, how you want it to be. So that will just, you use that guideline. So like I said, the one Ritamols SCG 2 to 8%. I think the formula I did, I think it was, I don't even remember what I used. Maybe it was 6%. I can't remember. Okay, his signature said, hi. Rena Black, how did you learn to preserve products properly? All the resources I used, they are all linked in the description box. I learned from the videos, from testing. I watched preservative videos. I paid for a preserving cosmetics class. I have a organic formulating book. I think I linked it. I hope I did. Oh, yep, it's linked there. So books, videos, or video classes, studying, batch testing. I'm in a formulating blog. It's also linked. I use all those resources all the time. I have a lot of books that I've purchased, ebooks, a lot. So they're all there. I linked it there. Feed the Beauty, where have you been? I thought about calling you, but I felt like you forgot about me, so I didn't bother. I said maybe you deleted my number. Hi, Julie. Susan is amazing. Susan is so, oh my gosh. I don't know how she writes those books, because I have 3 ebooks. And when I tell you, it took me, my soap making ebook took me, well, I was also taking my time. I think my soap making ebook took me, I think about 6-8 months. No. And then my preservative book, that one took me a while, because I had to that one took me a while. My body butter ebook took me a year. So I don't know how Susan comes, I don't know. And her books are so detailed. Yeah, so if you're on the fence about, if you're trying to learn how to formulate products, just join Swiftcraft Monkey's blog. It's linked there. There's so much information there. It's ridiculous. I don't know how she does it, but yeah. OJ, we appreciate your work and videos. Thank you. And I'm looking down because I can't see on the screen here, the one I'm using. It's hurting my eye. Zulu Huntress, how or where can I start to learn about formulation? Because I struggle with understanding it. I know I think just try not to overwhelm yourself first. Like, don't think about how much you need to learn. Do you know what I mean? Don't think about, oh my gosh, I don't know XYZ, right? Just say, and honestly, you're going to have to do some type of studying every day. Me, I'm so behind on my studying. I was sick pretty much most of December, and I entered the new year sick. And then prior to that, I told you I had the burnout where I was not interested in doing anything. So I'm so behind. I have so many books. They're like stacked up. I have at least 5 to catch up on. So just take it. Philip, you're laughing at me. Just take it. Be organized. Be organized. And then I have a big book. If you can get like a binder of some sort, or something that has like the, like the binders where you can put the notes, and just take your time, like study the basics, right? I'm honestly not, trust me, I don't get paid for promoting Susan. In case anyone thinks I'm getting a secret commission, I wish. I don't get paid for my, Susan doesn't even know me. I've just been paying my monthly subscription for the last 4 years. Start there. I think she has I don't know, the prices have changed. I don't know if there's a $3 level. I don't know, to be honest. I started out at 5, I moved to 10, and now it's 15. But you can start at I want to say, if you can pay the $5, it's worth it because she has content from 12 years ago. But I think she always, she changes, as you get more proficient in things, your content, changes as well. So I would say start from there. If you can buy if you can, I would say that would be your cheapest option. The Swiftcraft Monkeys blog, because there's a lot of articles, and like beginning formulating, how to weigh, the equipment you need. She goes a deep dive on ingredients you need to understand. She talks about preservatives. Obviously, she has the major books, but she also has some stuff on there that are already included with your subscription. That would be the cheapest option, especially if you're trying to save money. Thank you so much, Mikini. The prices are changing. I think she said starting, is it February or end of January? I don't remember, but the prices are changing. She sent an email, not an email, on Instagram. And I think she also posted it in the main group on the blog. But the prices are changing. I don't know. I know the $10 is going to 15. I know that much. So I would say start from there. Tara Lee, I always say this. Tara Lee has so many. She has a lot of beginner friendly videos where she, so definitely make sure you're following Tara Lee. If you want to see, I always type, these creators. I can't remember her name now. Whole Elise, yes, there we go. So these are creators on YouTube that have a lot of, and I know Tara Lee and Cecil, they have a Patreon. So you can join their Patreon too, because there's so much information they share already. So I would say join there. So if you say, okay, I can afford, let's just say you have $10 you can spare a month, join Swiftcraft Monkeys blog and then join one of their Patreons. Or, because the ebooks are not $5, so I can't say go buy the ebooks, but if you can afford to buy the formulating ebook from Institute of Personal Care and Science, it's called, that's not the title. I'm trying to think of what the name is. Let me make sure the link still works. Sorry, let me just double check. It's called Organic Formulations Book. I don't know if this is the beginner friendly one. Hang on. No, it might not be very beginner. I don't know. It's a bit more slightly complex, a little bit, but it's not too bad. Teaches you like sanitization, like how to, it has a lot. So just check it out. I can't remember how much it is. I think it was like 80, maybe $80. I've had it for years, so I don't remember. So I don't know if that helps. You need Bolanle, definitely go back. She has a lot of books. The funny thing is I do the monthly subscription, and like I said, I'm so behind. I'm at least 6 months behind on just that, on her blog. There's so many ebooks, you get, I think on the $10 level, you get a free ebook every month? I don't remember, but you get a free ebook. And then you have coupon codes. So if she has coupon codes to like 3 major suppliers. So when I had to order, I had to order a bunch of things at the start of the year. I think there was like 10% off. I can't remember how much it was. Whole Elise, I think she's not, that's the thing with creating content. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes, because it is very hard to put your heart and soul. I don't know what happened. The last video she did has probably been about a year. She's British, so she's in England, I believe. So it's a lot of work. And recently Tara Lee posted on, was it Patreon? She posted how people keep stealing her content. Somebody messaged me, sent me an email saying they keep some of my videos. At this point, still the videos. I could care less, to be honest. I just feel like at the end of the day, there's always karma. I feel God sees everything. He sees, I know the work I put into what I do. It may not look like anything. It may be like, oh, it's just a boring video on YouTube. It's a lot. You're welcome, Zulu Huntress. It's a lot of work, and you just steal stuff. And recently, well, I don't even want to share it because they're big. Yeah, they'll probably share it in their own time on their YouTube channel. But they had a major breach, and it's such a shame. So people were paying for the course and sharing they basically, it's so sad. Like, I don't know how people have the mind. I have my level wasn't even like that because that was just YouTube, my business stuff. This is like you build your whole life. You build a business. This company, they built a business for, they have, it's a school. If I say too much, you figure out the school, but they had a major breach and I don't get people. You're just stealing someone's life work to create your own. Yeah. Anyways, if you have any other questions, you can post. But yeah, try those resources for sure, Zulu. I'm looking at my phone. Sorry, I'm trying to look at my phone. So, but don't get overwhelmed. That's just the point I'm making. Don't get overwhelmed. Just take it bit by bit. Trust me, it's not something you're going to learn. I think if you put the pressure on yourself, it's not something you're going to learn in a week. I think that's always the case. Sometimes I'll get messages like, oh, I want to make a lightening whitening cream. Is there something I'm missing? Can someone just explain to me in the chat? Maybe I don't understand. When someone says they want to make a whitening cream or lotion, does that mean bleaching? Because I take it to mean you want to bleach your skin, or just, I don't know if I'm misunderstanding. Because I got an email recently about, yeah, that Tara, but this one wasn't Tara. Tara also had a major leak. Because the truth is, in this digital age, it's so easy. Like, even think about it. Is it Mikini? Think about it. All the ebooks Susan sends, like she releases, she doesn't even have watermark. Do you realize that? She doesn't have watermark. You can literally just copy and paste and go create your own book. You know? So if someone wants to take the lazy way out, just copy paste, change a few things, you have your book. Okay, thank you, Bolanle. That's what I'm thinking. Because I've gotten so many requests about whitening, bleaching, or they didn't say bleaching, whitening, lightening. So I thought, am I mixing it up? I said I don't make whitening products. The reason why, somebody messaged me back then when I used to have my turmeric face wash, like, oh, why are you trying to change the color of your skin? I don't trying to change the color of my skin. Yeah, Bikini, she doesn't have watermark at all. Institute of Personal Care Science, when you buy an ebook now, it has their watermark everywhere. But the point is, that still does not stop someone from stealing the content, right? Because you still have the content. So you can just do, what is the thing they call, is it text to speech? What is it? No, speech, you speak, is it speech to text? I don't know. I'm old school. But you can, I guess, can't you just dictate? You have the ebook. I'm trying so hard not to laugh because it's not funny, but you can't. After that thing happened when my content was stolen, I was even scared to post. I was like, oh gosh, I'm posting on Instagram. So who's going to steal? I just say, God is in your hands. I trust you for everything. I'm not going to, whoever wants to steal, you know? That's all. My blessings have not been blocked. My blessings have not stopped, you know? So I know because I'm doing the right thing, I'll still be blessed. So keep stealing. Those that steal, keep stealing. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Mikini. Yeah, because even though it has the watermark everywhere, it just makes it harder for you to copy and paste because you have the watermark, so you probably have to. But I think you can just do a dictation and just be. It's crazy. Yeah, Bolale, stealing content and not being able to back it up. I don't think they care about that. They don't care about that. Oh, they don't care about that. Anyways, let me move on because I'm tired. I was like, anytime I do a live, I'm always tired, and then it took me forever to connect. I'm just whatever it is. And it's cold too. I have my blanket, so don't mind me. All right, let's see. I think I had 2 more things, and then I'm done. What is it? I think that was it. Let me see. DMs. Oh, there was two questions. There were two questions on YouTube. Oh, it's freezing in the UK. Oh, you live in the UK. Oh, if you're in the UK, follow Revega. Is it Revega Cosmetics Zulu? She has a formulating course. I bought just to support her. Um, I bought it and I think I only watched the first 10 minutes. I mean, honestly, it's a lot. It's a lot. Um, yeah, Zulu Huntress. Check out Revega. I don't know if it's Revega Cosmetics. I think. I follow her on YouTube. She has a formulating class. It's pre-recorded actually. And she had a discount then. It's actually very inexpensive. I think it's inexpensive. For the content, for what she shared, it's a lot. I saw the content. I think I watched the first, I think I did the first chapter, whatever, and like I said, I'm behind on all my reading. Oh yeah, I know. You're welcome. Yes, she has a Patreon too. I wish I could support everyone's Patreon. So I just always try to support I think I've said the story about Tara Lee. Yeah, so I just, as long as she has a Patreon, I always support her Patreon. She just has a heart of gold. When she had her business, and she's very, very giving. She would yeah, so if you can. But Rebecca is pretty good. And Tara Lee. Anyway, so I was trying to answer the questions on YouTube. So I don't know. And I'll be done because I'm tired, honestly. I think I got tired with my thing malfunctioning. I'm not used to being this way on the screen, so it's throwing me off too. I'm trying to pull the question. Oh my Lord. I'm excited. I got this. Somebody asked me about tallow. I got this. I probably should have bought like a little small sample of tallow, beef tallow. I want to make some products with tallow. I don't even know what I was watching on TikTok. She had the creamiest body butter I've ever seen in my life, and it was with beef tallow. I was like, nah. I said, I gotta make this. So I bought it like a tub of tallow. I don't know if anyone has used tallow, but someone had asked, can I use tallow to replace shea butter? Yes, you can. They have about the same melting point. Just make sure you're using grass-fed tallow. If I add aloe vera gel, do you need a preservative? I think this was for body butter. They said if they add aloe vera gel to a body butter, do they need a preservative? Yes, because aloe vera is water-based. So you need a preservative that is compatible with like anhydrous, like oil-based products. Yes, I think that's what it was. I got a question about GeoGuard ECT. Christy, if you're there, just make sure, let me see. GeoGuard ECT. So they asked, could they use GeoGuard ECT in, was it a sugar scrub? That's what it was, a sugar scrub. And I said, no, you needed something that was compatible with anhydrous. Yeah, so creamy, Bolanle, yeah. So I saw that on TikTok and I just ordered, I ordered some. So I think with the sugar scrub, I think there's like a little debate because I've seen like 2 debates about the sugar scrubs. I think they're emulsified sugar scrubs. I think there's the debate of, okay, there's no water, so I'm not adding a preservative, but you're using it in the shower most likely, so water is going to get in the jar. So I think because the sugar scrub is made mostly of like oils, waxes, and you need something that is compatible, like an anhydrous one. So I didn't think GeoGuard ECT was sufficient. So I said, no, why don't use something like Optifen or, I don't know, I'm so distracted with my phone. Optifen and Euxil. So I don't know. So I'm just going to type here, in a sugar scrub, use a preservative. I'm typing it. That is compatible with anhydrous products. Example, Optifen, and there are more. I think this is just what I can think of. Uxil PE. Yeah, those are the two. These are the two main ones I use. Anyways, yeah, Bolani, I agree. To be a lot to support everyone. There's this impossible. That's, I think I can think of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that my prayer is to be able to support the creators I get knowledge from, I respect. Because I think if you respect someone too, you appreciate them more as well. So that's my prayer this year. I want to also be a blessing to others. I don't think I just want to be, you know, I think definitely have more patience. Because now before, I think when I was already getting burned out, I think every question was annoying me. I was like, it's there. I linked, you know, I'll be thinking mentally, it's there. Why are you asking me 10 questions? I ended up blocking someone because they were always asking me questions in caps. And I told them, I said, can you please not ask me questions in caps? I feel like you. And then they would put like 5 question marks. They'd be like, ma'am, what is da 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 da? And like 5 question marks. I said, oh, please, on Patreon, can you please not do caps? Can you just... And then they would ask me the question, like a lengthy thing. They wouldn't even give me time to respond. They would ask me 4 other questions. They would be like, ma'am, in caps. I was like, I tried. I lasted about a month. And then I told you I was sick in December, January. I think at the start of the year, I was just like, nah, I can't do this in 2025. I just refunded their money for January and I blocked them. I said, this is why you're blocked. I can't because I already told you, asked you nicely. I said, please don't type in caps. Maybe people are not sensitive. It wasn't even just the caps. It's the fact that I said, please, respectfully, give me time to respond to your first question. Your first question is not one line. It's like a paragraph of this. You send me a formula. You want me to help you figure out why your formula failed. I didn't make it, mind you. So it's like you make a product, it fails. Then you ask me, why did it fail? I don't know why it failed. I have to troubleshoot it. Give me time. You're not the only one on Patreon. I know, I feel bad, but I couldn't. I just couldn't because I asked nice. I said, hey, do you mind not, you know. Feed the Beauty, why did you stop using GeoGuard ECT? I just bought some. Why? Why did you stop? I think a lot of companies use, you know what I noticed? A lot of big brands, they use Uxil PE 9010. That is phenoxyethanol and is it ethyl? Oh God, I can never get it right. Is it ethyl hexyl glycerin? It's like 2 things, but I know it has phenoxyethanol and one other thing. No, I don't mind answering. It's just, I mean, that's why they're paying on Patreon. But I think if I put, you know, sometimes, especially when I was sick in December and even the most of January, literally last week, just for the first time, felt good enough to post a video, like really like post a video. I think 2 of my videos just didn't even have voiceover, if I remember correctly. I just didn't have the voice. But I think I just would never. There's just common etiquette where when you're speaking with someone, hi or hello. It's ma'am, what do I do with da 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 in caps? I was like, I can't. I needed a good laugh today. So I was like, okay, maybe they don't know. It's okay. I'll take it. Second time, it was worse. Ma'am, answer me. Caps. I was like, then I said, please, can you respectfully just be patient? Da, 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 da. And it's Feed the Beauty. Why did you stop using GeoGuard ECT? I just bought some. I know that, like I said, a lot of the big companies, and also one thing I do, if you're struggling with preservatives too, or let me not say struggling, if you're learning about preservatives and you want to see what companies are using, that's what I do. That's actually what I used to do. I will go to all the major ones, like emulsions, like creams, lotions, face washes. I will go to like the companies I like that are maybe similar, what I like their process, I like their products, I will go to that specific product, look at their preservative. And a lot of them will have like their ingredient list, key ingredients. They have like the whole explanation. So I will look at it and say, okay, I'll write it down. I now notice that a lot of companies tend to use this one, and it has never failed. How I knew, I told you the moisturizer I did, the oat and honey moisturizer, because I'd never used honey in an emulsion. I'd only used it in like a face wash. So when I was doing it, I said, God, is this so? The first one I sent, it failed. I think that first lotion had Luicidal SF Complete only. It failed. Then the second one had Luicidal SF Complete, and I have to look at my notes, but I know it had two things. It almost, when I say failed, it means that there was still some bacteria, there was still some count. Like whenever they check it for the microbial testing, they check it for different things. So if you want it to say 0, like for everything, so that there's nothing found in it, like no, like when they check for all that microbe, like nothing is there. So then I sent the last one with Euxil PE9010, and I still followed the same process, the same, everything, hygiene, disinfecting, everything, same way, passed with flying colors. So I said, okay, maybe it has phenoxyethanol. Those people, there are people that hate phenoxyethanol. But I think the most important thing is making sure that your product is safe for consumption or use. You don't want to, yeah, there we go. Euxil, I don't know why Lotion Crafter changed their name. They changed it to Lotion Crafter PE9010. I don't know if they're the ones manufacturing it now. I don't know. But it is very good. I'm going to highlight it. So Euxil PE9010. The thing is, I don't know what it is internationally, meaning in America here, that's what we call, that's where you find it, Euxil PE90. So the preservative is the Euxil PE9010. But the INCI name is the phenoxyethanol. That's what it is. Ethyl hexyl glycerin. I can never get that word correct. So if you're in the UK and you're looking for a preservative, you may not see it as Euxil PE9010. You see it as phenoxyethanol and ethyl hexyl glycerin, however. So, but that's been. Oh, so if you're using all natural products, doesn't mean it won't pass. No, it's not that it won't pass. It's just the preservative I used before, which is natural. I made a face wash with it and it passed. So that's when I asked I don't know what her title is, but is it a microbiome? I don't know what her title is, but she owns the lab and she does the testing. And she said rinse off products are easier to preserve, but emulsions are much harder. So they tend to fail more. Most times you have a face wash. How many times you see, I don't know. I've never seen fuzz or anything on any of my face washes or body washes, anything I've made. It doesn't mean there might be something there, but it's much easier. So yeah, it can pass. You can use a natural preservative. The thing is, sometimes they are very temperamental. You have to do a lot to, tweak it and try to, they are temperamental. For me, I had to do a lot with that particular, I had to add some extra things to kind of boost the preservative. So it's not, you can use it if you want to stick with natural, but it's just a bit more work. Euxil PE90, it's partially water soluble. It's not very water soluble, but you can use it in water soluble products. You just need to mix it with like a solvent. So when I use it, I usually mix it with like glycerin. So so if I'm making something like a moisturizer, it's not a big deal. I can add it when the emulsion, when the cool down phase. But if I'm making something like a toner, and I just pour it directly. You actually will see the Euxil PE. You see kind of floating on top, like a oily kind of. It's hard to explain, but you see it. So if I want to avoid that when I'm making something very water soluble, like a toner or face mist, I think I used it in a face mist. Did I use it in a face mist? I think I used another one. Mix it with like something like glycerin that's thick. So once you mix it in a glycerin and you add your other water soluble products, it'll be okay. But it's not 100% water soluble. You know, it will mix into water, but it needs some help. Julie, you said, what I don't like is when the lotion feels greasy. You probably have too much of an oil that's heavy or greasy. Could be. Julie said, what I don't like is when the lotion feels greasy. What makes it feel greasy? Does it have too much of something? Yeah. Whenever I make any type of lotion, I always choose oils that are not super heavy, like on the skin. Sometimes you might have too much. You might have too much of an oil. But if you have heavier oils, you might experience, that's probably what it would be. Yeah, so look at the oils, or if you're using butter. Shea butter is very greasy. Shea butter is very, very greasy. So I tend to just, you can, if you find that it's very greasy, just reduce the portions maybe by half. So let's say you are using 20% of maybe an oil, maybe drop it to 10. Batch test again. I had that problem when I made a body lotion like 3 years ago. I was thinking of selling not lotion, but like emulsified body butters. I was like, wow, this is super greasy. Like, it wasn't like it was greasier, heavier. I didn't like the way it felt. So I was like, so I started playing around with the oil and butter, and I started dropping it, and it helped so much. You don't really need, I think before I thought you had to use, because the emulsifying wax says, oh, you can do 25% of the oil. You actually don't have to use 25% of the oil. This is just an example. You can actually use less, and because you have other hydrating ingredients in the lotion or moisturizer, whatever, it actually feels better on the skin, and it actually absorbs really nicely. So yeah, definitely try. I noticed that, Bolanda, you said I noticed when I use. Oh, sorry, Fidi Beach, I missed your thing. You said that it's not too strong for what I make, the combination of Geogard ECT. You know what's so funny, Christy? Christy is Feed the Beauty, by the way, just in case you're wondering who the heck is Christy. Yeah, Feed the Beauty, because I'm going to be logging off soon. I'm tired. You know what's funny? There's a lady, I think she's also in Canada. She's, I think she's, I don't know if she's Nigerian, but she loves that Geogard ECT. She loves it. And I mean, I've never used it. I just bought some because I had to make up my cart to a certain amount. So I was like, oh, let me even try Geogard ECT. But I like Euxil a lot. I used to like Louicidal when I started. I used to use Louicidal for everything. I was like, Louicidal, SF complete, but nah. I don't use it as much. I rather use Euxil K903 because that's EcoSet approved, and actually hasn't failed me yet, honestly. So, and I think it's a bit gentle on the eyes too. You're welcome, Julie. Fidi Beachy said if you use heavy emollient or high percentage of emollient, exactly. Yeah. Question though, someone asked me about using arrowroot in lotion. I've never used arrowroot. So is there something I'm missing though? I've never used arrowroot in an emulsion. I've only used it in my body butters. I'm actually going to stop using arrowroot powder soon. Then I'm going to switch to something else. Yeah, I've never used arrowroot in an emulsion. So I thought that was interesting. But I did say I've never used it. I don't think you need it. Anyways, that's all I have, guys. So thank you for supporting, and for those that like the videos, leave the comments, the heart emojis. Zulu Huntress, you use arrowroot for your lotions and creams? Yeah, I've never felt the need to. And actually, I actually ended up looking at a bunch of lotions and creams that I had at home, like like stuff we buy, and I didn't see any arrowroot there. So I thought it was interesting. Like, what is the arrowroot? Do you think it's gonna absorb any extra greasiness or? I thought that's interesting. I thought that was an interesting question. I thought I was gonna ask it, like shared in the live. Yeah, I've never had to in any of my emulsions. I've always adjusted my oil and butter. Like if I use, and most times if I make something for the face, I don't like using shea butter. I think I have formulas with shea butter, but I don't really like. Now, if I make something for my face, like a face moisturizer, cream, I want to use something like mango butter or coconut butter that just doesn't feel very oily like shea butter. And then I'll use a very light oil. I think one of my favorite oils I really like, I don't know, should I say favorite oil? I like, what is it called? I don't use it a lot in, like, I've used it for personal stuff, but I've not shared it on YouTube. Middle Foam Seed Oil. And, what is the other one? Oh, gosh. I like shea nut oil. I like those two. Shea nut oil I'll do for like a body cream lotion. I don't mind it on my face though, but it doesn't feel, it just absorbs quickly. But anyways, I think that's everything. So definitely check the resources in the description box. Everything is there. I'll see if I can find the extra books I talked about from Institute of Personal Care, and I'll link it there as well. But thank you guys. I like Feed the Beauty. Use lightweight. Did your website change? Feed the Beauty. I think I was trying to find, you know, whenever I ordered before, I was trying to find the link for your website. One of my goals this year, and I don't want to jinx myself, is I want to go back to my roots of formulating hair care. That's actually one of the reasons I started my YouTube channel. I was so passionate about hair, everything hair. I don't know how I ended up doing more of skincare, because I literally just ordered a bunch of Ayurvedic herbs. Like my daughter is like, oh, you need to go back to what we were doing before. You know, our hair was was thriving. So I'm going to do more of that. That was my goal this year. I bought like all my organic herbs. Exactly, Bolanle. That's what I thought. I said, you know, that really was and not to say that skincare is not my passion. I still enjoy skincare. But I found that I was more passionate about hair care because I was dealing with my scalp psoriasis and it flares up from time to time. I was also dealing with my eczema. So that was the reason I got into skincare. I was like, oh, let me try, you know. But yeah, but the hair care for sure. I had everything. I ordered my machine. I have everything like ready to go. And then I fell sick and I was like, I don't have the energy to write. You know, I was working with a friend. I got an ebook, her ebook for Ayurvedic. She made for recipes. Sorry, let me see. What is alava? Alava. Feed the Beauty, you don't know. I thought you knew everything. Thank you, Zulu Huntress. Your name is so interesting, Zulu Huntress. You are welcome. Love and light. God bless you. God bless you too. You're in the UK. Shouldn't you be sleeping? I think you guys are 6 hours ahead, right? Thank you. Thank you for the heart emojis. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Why are you doing these emojis? Feed the Beauty. Feed the Beauty. She has you've not been posting on YouTube. Should I barely? Sometimes I think about posting on YouTube. Like when I think about just the editing involved. Oh my gosh. It's just you definitely have to have the passion for it because it's so easy to just take a long break. Let me see. Google Alava. All right, but I hope you guys. I didn't really share. I just wanted to, the main reason, like I said, was just to cut. I haven't done it. The last live I did, I think, was in May of last year. So it's been a minute. Ah, lives are not easy, girl. They're not. It is hard. I don't know what a lava is. If anyone knows, please share. I'm gonna try. My goal was to do one live every month, so that's my goal. I think if I put it on, I have a board. If I put it on my for the month and just put YouTube live, so I know that okay, that's the day, and commit to it, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this story before you guys go. It's a little story time. Yeah, I think I got an idea. Someone I follow on TikTok, she's actually a cosmetic chemist. I think that's her title. She has some kind of group. I guess it's a formulating group. I mean, if anything, that'll probably be one thing I'll do at some point down the line. Yeah, I actually was gonna do a formulating hair care workshop, and the weekend I was supposed to do it, I felt ill that week, and I was just like, there's no way. I didn't have I couldn't even talk. I didn't have a voice, so there was no way I could do it. So I had to cancel it. I don't even know. It's like you get those messages. Oh, I went to your website. I only see skincare formulating class. Don't you have a hair care? It's not there. That means I don't have one. But when it's there, you don't sign up. That's what's funny. You know. I know. Feed the beauty, I know. Mikini, I try. Thank you for always being transparent with us. I have to because it's really not, it's not easy, but you have to. Yeah, like I said, I think the next, not this video on Sunday, and I'm going to do, and then I'm trying to do some more formulating basics. I'm just trying to think about everything I had to learn or I struggled with when I started making products. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I did a poll on Patreon and they said, oh, this is what they want to learn. So I'm doing the videos based on that, like formulating help, informational videos. So I'm doing that. But I think some people are more visual learners than just reading. Yeah, I know. You do YouTube shorts. You don't have time. I saw the one. I think I saw one with your daughter. I said, "Oh God, Feed the Beauty, when are you going to do a video?" I think it was been a year. Yeah, they're not easy. It's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy. I think you know what's so funny. Let me tell. So I have to. I want to tell you this quick story and go. You know what's so funny when you do when you do a video, you check your analytics. You can see how many people disliked the video. You will ask myself. I say, I've given you the video. I've given you step by step, and I've also put the formula in percentages and grams. Is it my accent? So I thought maybe I should stop talking in the video. And maybe wear super long sleeves so that way when I'm mixing everything, they don't know if I'm because I don't get it. I'm like, why do you dislike a video? If I don't like a video, you know what's so funny? I've watched so many things on YouTube. I've actually liked, just hit the like button. Even videos I didn't really know, like, oh, it's kind of boring. But just to support the person. Alicia, I think I know you. I do know you. You left me a really sweet comment on Patreon when I did the announcement. I can't pronounce your last name. I think your last name starts with a C, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely idol. Yeah. So I thought about it. I said, what did I do? Why do you dislike the video? Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Yeah, I ended up deleting the post because I didn't want anyone else to get the wrong idea. Like, I hate free members. I don't hate free members. It doesn't help you because you can't access anything. I think the only thing you can see is when I make a public post, like I have a YouTube live chat, something like that, you can see that. Yeah, Cunningham, I didn't want to say your last name and put you out there. Yeah, I didn't start with a C. That's why I said it's a C. You've been on there for a while, if I'm not mistaken. I think you've been on there for a while. You know what's so funny? I had someone that's been on there for probably 2 years, and they've never sent me a message or a question. I just see, I think when I go through my list of subscribers, I'm like, oh, you've been here for 2 years. I've never even seen a question from you. So it's so funny. Idle hands at the devil's workshop. Yeah, they need to keep those idle hands somewhere. But listen, there was someone that, okay, so I don't know if you know this. So whenever I took a break, I took like a break between June. Well, and also business. I shut down my website, I think June, and I actually reopened my website in November. I was still posting content on TikTok, occasionally on Instagram, YouTube. I was trying to keep up with the YouTube shorts. But anyways, I switched websites from Square to Shopify. I love Square. The only reason I switched was Square did not have the ability to send my digital files automatically. So my ebooks, if you set it up on Square, you have to manually email it to your customer. And I said, nobody's going to do that. What if I get somebody orders an ebook at 2 a.m. So I have to go and send the ebook. So I asked them for like a year. I said, hey, don't you have any way? So I was paying a third-party service to send my ebooks, my downloads. Yeah, I've never done that. So I had to pay a third party. So that's more money I'm paying in addition to paying for your website. And then I also host my online classes on another third-party platform. So it was just a lot of cost. I was just like, okay, let me just switch. And mind you, I really don't even like Shopify, to be honest. I actually prefer Square. Pros and cons. Shopify is good for a lot of the, I don't know, they have everything synced and integrated very well. So let me give them that. I like the way everything, like your apps, your review, like everything kind of syncs very well compared to Square. But when I was setting up the website, it was a pain. It was so much easier. A lot of things Square gives you automatically. The features are already there automatically. But with Shopify, you have to download a special different app to get the feature. You have to do code. I was just like, what is this? I left my old website for a while. I was thinking I was going to go back, but I only switched, like I said, to Shopify because of the ebooks or whatever. But anyway, so when I just opened my website in November, I literally had just shipped out the first batch of orders that I got. Because on my launch day, my website wasn't working. I basically did all the bells and whistles. My website is launching November, was the launch day. Website did not agree to function. So I was like, so that was 2 weeks setback. So anyways, I sent that batch of orders for that week. I knew I was done. I think I sent it on like a Thursday. And then I think Sunday, my email, because I stay up very late, so my computer is like pinging, like ping ping. I was like, what the? And I see my business email going off, and I was like, who's this? Somebody sends an email. They're like, hi, I want to return my order, but I need a shipping address. I was thinking, there's no way any of the packages I sent on Thursday would have gotten there. Even the 2-day ones. I think there was one that the ones I tracked, that was not the name of the person. There were some that got there Saturday because it was like 2-day. But this person was like, oh, I want to return the item, but I need a return address. I thought that was weird because when I send out packages, there's a return address. Legally, you have to provide your business address. Business address is on my website. You see it there. So I said, that's odd. But I don't respond to messages on the weekend. It's only Monday through Friday. So by Monday morning, they had sent like 4 more messages. I was like, okay. So I said, hi, can you provide your order number? Because I could not find that email. Sorry, her name. I couldn't find her name on the order list. I couldn't find her name anywhere, really. So they kept sending me, oh, I don't know where to find my order ID. I don't know where to find it. I just want to send the items back. So I was like, this is so weird. I've never had anyone message me saying they want to return something. They may tell me, oh, body butter maybe got melted. Can you do anything? That's why I stopped shipping during the summer. But not, I want to return. And I don't even take returns. I can't. So long story short, this person had joined. I finally figured it out. The person had joined. I literally, thank God for that. I'd paid for a service through Shopify for marketing email. I was like, let me just invest in this so I can really do proper marketing email. And on the marketing email, there was a feature on the app where you can track the I think it's like a detective. It tracks the IP address, tells the location where the person is, everything. So I typed the email on the email marketing list. That's how I found the person. I couldn't find the person on my order list because they didn't order. I now found that the person is based in the United Kingdom. I don't ship outside the United States. So why are you sending me 5, 6, 7 messages? I want to return my item. Where's your shipping address? I don't have my order ID. I said, why? Anyways, I just thought that was funny. But yeah, so I ended up responding. I said, you never ordered anything. And your email is blocked, deleted, finito. Yeah. Yeah, Shopify is very scamish. Shopify is good. Now, I think now enjoying it a little bit more, but I actually still prefer my Square. I still prefer Square. That's just personal preference. Shopify is good because you have more options for themes, website designs, but some very basic features that Square gives you, they don't have it unless you do like integrations, which I found very annoying. Like something like if something is out of stock or low balance, something like that, it doesn't automatically do that. It only does it for out of stock. I had to integrate some app so it could say you have only 3 left, only 2 left, whereas that's a staple on Square. So a lot of little things, some of the back features, the arrangement. I was just like, I asked the customer, I said, why is your website like this? But in terms of marketing, a lot of I was doing my taxes, sales tax, and yeah, a lot of it, Square already honestly has it. I think Square just doesn't have good marketing, to be honest. I was on Square for 2 years and I loved it. I literally only moved because of my digital downloads. Who wants to be doing all that work of creating websites? Yeah, but Shopify is good, but I just personally prefer Square. And I told them to, because I put my website on pause, I told the rep, and what I love about Square, you have the customer service on the phone, you can call them, talk, they can walk you through, fixing if you have troubleshooting issues. Shopify is customer chat. And one time I was on their chat, I got so annoyed. The guy was saying all kinds of things. I was like, I don't think you even know what you're talking about. I just said, okay, thank you, bye. On the chat, I went on YouTube. YouTube told me what to do. I said, oh, Shopify, you're telling me do. Not all of them are like that, don't get me wrong. But yeah. Anyways, guys, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. But I guess small businesses, we go through a lot for, Oh, Feedy Beauty. Feedy Beauty, I got that comment too. You are crazy. We need to catch up. Feedy Beauty said I made a YouTube short video. Someone wrote under the video, why make a video that does not show how to make? See me see problem. Girl, you're the one that cares. Ignore it and move on. Ignore it and move on. I don't know. I used to get, like I think I said earlier, that everything was annoying me. Everything was annoying me. Like, that's when I knew I was burnt out. Like, I would get questions on Patreon and I'll see it and I was like, you asked me this in 5 different ways. And trust me, not everyone is like that on Patreon. I have really sweet people on Patreon, don't get me wrong. Before you think you're the one, it's not you. But it's just like you ask me one question 10 ways and I'm like, yes, it's the same. And that's when I knew I was burned out. But you still have to run your Patreon. I think one time I took a break where I said I was on break or something for like, I can't remember how long it was. Maybe it was like 2. I don't remember. But I think I said I was on break. Yeah. It can be very frustrating. But you know what is helping me now? I think it's just realizing that no matter what you do, there are some people that will never are just not happy people. Do you get what I'm saying? Like some people are just not happy in life. And the funny thing is, this life we're living, you don't need a lot to be happy. Some people think, oh, I need money. If I have a big house, if I get this car or this thing or that, you don't need all that. Some people are just miserable, and that's one that. Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's just crazy. But anyways, God willing, we'll see you in the next live. Add 5 ml to the mixture, viewer. How much should I add to the mixture? You never said. Stop. Welcome to Divas World. Stop right now. I don't want to laugh. Please, guys, stop. I know those questions. Oh, I don't want to read all the questions I get. Sometimes I just like, I can't. Or I think the most recent ones that really irked me, and that's why I said, oh gosh, where is the formula? I want to. My initial response is, did you watch the video? That's what I want to say. But of course, you can't say that. I want to. It's even in the cat. I think I probably should change my font. Maybe it's not big enough, or maybe I should make it bold. The formula is at the end of the video, and a lot of times I say it, unless I don't do a voiceover. But yeah, welcome to Divas World. You guys can't see what she said. This will be when you say, kindly choose another hobby. Get off. Sidekick. You know what's funny? Let me share this. I got a question. So there's a deodorant I shared here on YouTube, a natural deodorant. Well, alternative to baking soda. I actually like that formula. So anything I make, like I said, I keep extra so I can test it and see, how it holds up. But anyways, somebody reached out to me on YouTube. First, they reached out to me on YouTube. Then they joined my Patreon to ask the same question. They said, hey, no. They asked me some question. They asked me on YouTube. They said, hey, I said I made this deodorant. It never got hard. After 2 days. I said, really? And they said, I made it exactly how you made it. I'm being dramatic. I made it exactly how you made it. Okay. But that's what they now said. But when you said 65 grams of this ingredient, did you mean 65 grams or did you mean 0.65 grams? What do you think? If in the formula it says 65 grams and then when you weigh it on your scale, you put 0.65 grams. Yeah, I said that's why it didn't get hard. So those kind of questions, I don't mind with those kind of questions, to be honest, because I don't really mind. But if you kind of put it in like an attacking tone, like I made it and it didn't come out like yours, it's almost like I'm lying that I still have that. If you watch the video, I think that video is probably 9 months old. It's at least 9. It's been a while. I still have that same. I meant to bring it from I have 2 extra ones. I was using it the other day because I test these things. I always test things like that, especially if I decide I want to sell something similar. I just tweak some of the ingredients, but I know it's stable. It didn't change. It didn't discolor. It didn't lose the hardness. It doesn't smell funny. So I think it's always a nice approach where you say, hey, I made this, but I had such a hard time. It's not getting solid. But the issue is the measuring. You are measuring it wrong. Yeah, tone is everything, but I didn't know you were an esthetician. Glowing skin, hence I love skincare, especially with kojic acid and niacinamide. You know what's so funny? I don't know if it's an age thing as I get older. My skin is so sensitive to like a lot of actives. Niacinamide, I bought this. I don't know. I need to look at the Ordinary. They have it. I think it's a 10% niacinamide serum. I use that thing on my face. and my face was burning. Burning. The most I've used niacinamide is maybe 5%. So I don't know if that's why. But my face was burning. I gave it to someone else. They're like, oh, it feels amazing. And then I have another serum. It's another hyaluronic acid serum. Felt like butter, like it felt so good. That's what I've been using. And it's a very cheap one from, I think, Good Molecules or something. I don't know, but sometimes this actives, kojic acid never irritated my skin. The dipalmitate one, and what else? And even the NAG, alpha arbutin, those were fine. But the niacinamide, I don't know if it's because it was at 10%. Maybe my skin was like, yeah. But yeah, tone is everything. Olani said I made the deodorant recently. I hope it came out okay, because I actually love that deodorant. It came out okay. I sell a deodorant cream that actually, a lot of people actually like that cream. I thought it would be a problem because it's in a jar and you have to scoop it out. But actually, I think I was trying to do something different because honestly, every company, Secret, Native, everybody has those stick deodorant, So I was like, let me make the deodorant cream. And I tested it for a while. That one was a hard one to do. Good, Zulu Huntress. Yeah, it's a simple deodorant. There's not much. My daughter actually also likes it because she was one of the ones that tested it. When I made that deodorant, I tested it. I was like, okay, I like it. And I gave it to her to test because she's very picky. She's like, okay. I gave her 2. I bought one deodorant that was like a natural type deodorant. And I didn't even say which one I made. I just put the 2. I said, try and see which one you like. And she liked mine, but she's like, oh, no, this is better. She's like, what is the other one was so hard. She's like, I don't like that one. So she approved it. So I did the video after I tested it. Oh, you're in flight school? What do you mean flight? Are you a pilot? Flight school. Welcome to Diva's World. I'm so nosy. I am nosy too. What do you mean flight school? Say, what is that? Are you learning to be a pilot? Oh my gosh, are you an esthetician? Okay, this is my sign. I can't be lazy. Come Monday, I'm going to have all my... I actually bought a hydrosol machine because I want to make my own Ayurvedic hydrosols for the hair. Of course, my daughter is the guinea pig and my friend, she is the one that has the Ayurvedic. It's a long story. But I bought all this stuff. I bought my hydrosol maker. I bought my oil infusing machine. I'm looking at all my ingredients. I bought a lot of things. I'm just looking over them. I'm just like, ugh. So I have my whole grand plan. I want to make the hydrosols for like the leave-in. I'm not going to say anything because people will be stealing people's ideas here on YouTube Street. So I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to say anything because I'll probably say all my plans. And next thing I'll see someone saying, oh, I made this. You were my inspiration. No, I'll make money, then I'll share it. So, yeah. But anyways, good luck. Welcome to Diva's World. Oh, and your profile picture is very pretty. Okay. I like your insect crickets. You're so funny. What do you mean you're retiring from the cockpit of a legacy carrier? Feel the beauty, stop laughing at me. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm always so motivated when I see things like this. The level oil, the oil infuser I got it because of this. There's this girl I follow on, well, let me not say girl, like she's some random. She's a business owner on TikTok. I think her name is, I'm going to type it here because she makes some of the most gorgeous products. She's on TikTok, Ayova, I think that's it, Ayova Botanicals. Or Botanical, I'm not sure of the botanical. But she was infusing her oils and she had the machine. I was like, so I did like a screenshot. I was like, I'm going to research and find the machine on Amazon. So I found it. I found the machine. So basically you can use it to do your oil infusions quicker than having to do it on the stove top. Honestly, the best infusion I like is cold, like the cold process, like put it in a jar, put it away, shake it every few days. Oh, I don't remember. I think it was under the one. They have different ones. I think this one was under. I know it was one was under 200. I think it was like one something because they have different ones. They have, but I tried to find the one she used, and I know it was like one something for the oil one. They had cheaper ones, but I thought to myself, I know I'm going to wear the heck out of this thing. So they have some for 3, 2 something. I felt like this was a nice mid range, you know. And I said, shoot, if I don't like it, I can always go back to what I used to do. Hi. Any licenses is required for selling cosmetic products? In the United States, you don't need a license, but you need to register your business with your local, wherever you're operating from, like your state. I don't know if it's changing in 2025, but yeah, you don't need you just need to make sure that your business is registered. You have like a tax number because you have to pay taxes, file your taxes with your state tax, all that stuff, or sales tax rather. So yeah, you just have to research wherever you are I can only speak for the United States because that's where I am. So I just did with my local state, registered my business, and also with the IRS. Exactly, Feed the Beauty. I like the cold infusion because, oh my gosh, I feel like it's the most potent. You're not doing any heat. Yeah, a lot of times when I do heat, yeah, you would have to check for India. I don't know India's requirements unless anyone knows in the chat. Yeah, you just have to check with your local, wherever you're based, your region, and see what the requirements are. No, Bolanle, it doesn't mean because you're in Canada. With the cold infusion, it just means you're not applying heat. So what I do is I fill up. I wish I had my sample. I have a I don't think you can see that door. Can I point this door here? So I have shelves and things inside. So I have like big glass jars. I put all my herbs, the oil. I put it away from direct sunlight, and it's pretty warm, not like super warm in there. And I just take it out. I shake it like every other day or so, and you just leave it there. You know, I don't think where being in a cold place matters. You just don't want, heat or I feel like that's the best way for sure. Who? My skin glow. I don't know. Maybe it's the ring light. Thank you though. I think I just have not been doing much. I really haven't been. I just have been doing the basics. I thought I got to a certain age, I needed to add 20 million things. I just wash my face really good. There's this face wash I want to dupe. Is La Roche-Posay. I don't know if I said it, but this thing feels like it's like a creamy cleanser. I think that's the best face wash I've ever used, and I've used Cetaphil, CeraVe. I've used several, and I actually been using. If I don't, when I stop making like my cleansers, I stuck with CeraVe. I think it's CeraVe for the last year and a half. Actually, it's for the last 2 years since I stopped making cleansing products. Unless the ones I do on YouTube, if I do the DIYs, I'll use those. But then they finish. And then I don't make again till I make another one. So in between those DIYs, I use Cetaphil. But I do like my serums, and I make serums and washes. I like those a lot. But sometimes, honestly, I don't have the energy to be making those. I don't like to make a huge batch. But yeah, La Roche-Posay, I want to make a dupe. It's that face wash. I don't know how they did the formula, but it's so good. It's like when you rinse off your face, it feels like you just moisturize your skin. Have you seen that kind of thing before? You moisturize your skin. I just like, I don't know what magic they put in there. No, but it doesn't have to be direct sunlight. No, some people do, but I don't. And the infusion will be so potent, because it's in its natural, you're not really agitating it with like heat or exposure. If you think about it, a lot of plant oils, they tell you keep away from direct light, right? So there's really no need to go take out your thin and put it by the sun. It's not necessary. Just make sure you mix it, the herbs, they're covered with enough oil. And I do mine like every 2-3 days. I just go shake it a bit, then put it back. Okay, you said somehow my cold processed soap is sticky after unmolding. What is the reason, ma'am? It could be that I usually use what is it called? Sodium lactate. That's the only thing. I've always used sodium lactate, and sometimes if you have, I think if you have it, I don't want to say if you have a lot of water, but I've had that happen where I'm not sticky to where I couldn't unmold it. Just a little bit on the sides, so I could have actually left it for an extra day. I noticed that with my soaps that have a higher water content, and normally I am able to unmold my soap the next day. But that particular one, I had to wait an extra day. So what I do now, I just use sodium lactate in all my cold processed soaps, and I don't have that problem. But I notice a lot of times if I have a higher water content, meaning I don't do a water discount or anything like that, the essential oil I was using would have accelerated too fast. So that was the only time I had a little bit of sticking. But yeah, try using sodium lactate. You can also try reducing your water content. Maybe do like I say if you're comfortable doing a 5-10% water discount, you can try that. But usually sodium lactate helps. I think you can do it at like 1 teaspoon per pound of oil, something like that. Yeah, I do hot process too when I'm in a rush. When I have to do a video for YouTube or Patreon, I just do like, I use my crock pot, yeah, but I don't like to. I have some herbs that I've been infusing. There's a sensitive skin face wash I want to make. That oil is going to be so potent because it's been there for like 6 weeks. I used half and I was like, no, I'm going to use the rest. What else? Zulu Huntress, I also want to research skincare for menopause. Yeah. I mean, I think honestly, I'm not really big on, I don't know. I feel like, I guess you get to a certain age, your skin is a little bit more, obviously we age. So yeah, there's certain ingredients. They always say like the ceramides or ceramides, the peptides. Those are always a good thing because our skin, of course, as you get older, your collagen, it's not quite the same like production. So yeah, that's always good. Yeah, I think you just have to research the ingredients. For me, whenever I'm researching anything, I always go to Google dermatology blogs, and then so basically you're formulating for mature skin. So it depends on what you're making. So if you're making a moisturizer, for example, you probably want to look at the oil and butter charts. I always say it's like the comedogenic scale. I can't talk. If you just type that on Google, it pulls up a chart with like the oils categories, the rating, and it also tells you what type of skin is good for. So to tell you if it's for oily skin, acne prone skin, mature skin. So a lot of those things will be your resources. Like you just have to research. There's not like I can't say use XYZ. I always go back to the drawing board. Anything I'm researching, oily acne prone skin, you have to. Oh, probably because I'm tapping it. Is it better now? Is the audio better? Probably because I was tapping and moving. Is it better? Yeah. So you would have to do. I would say. Let me know if it's better. I think because I was moving about. I had a wireless one that I couldn't find the main port. Uh-oh. You guys can't hear? Let me check my audio. I don't think I changed anything. Is everyone having trouble? Is it staticky? Because this is not what I was supposed to use. I normally use a different one, but I couldn't find my charging, the connector, so I had to use this one. And sometimes this is problematic. So is it staticky? You said it, is it, because I think, Sonia, you said you couldn't hear. Okay, maybe because I was moving. Let me see. Maybe because I was moving about. I mean, I don't like this one. And I don't like streaming or using my iPad, honestly. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, just let me know next time. I didn't know it was in and out before. Okay. I think because I was also moving too. I don't like this particular. My old school one that I use for my phone, that's the best one. But I had a lot of my notes here. I didn't have time to write it out. But yeah, you definitely should check the, let me see. Yeah, La Roche-Posay is good. Yeah, so definitely check the blogs. I always look at like dermatology blogs, and then some of the big companies, let's say Paula's Choice, for example, they always have blogs. A lot of big like what I do is if you see similar companies that you want to, that have products you are thinking of making, that maybe make products for older, mature skin, a lot of times they have blogs, and sometimes they will link like the articles from either the dermatologist, like whatever they, because they do testing, they test the products. You know, they have like their survey where they send the products. People will review it and say they saw improvement after 1 month, those kind of things. So a lot of the dermatologists have that information. Like they do blogs. So I would say try that. And then if you're in the formulating blog I talked about before, she talks about a lot of ingredients that, you know, are good for different skin types. So yeah, that would be your avenue. But I always say with Google, always be careful with the information. It has to be from a reputable, you know, like WebMD is good. What else? But it has to be like a reputable site. And you can kind of tell when you see the dermatology blogs. They're very well written. They're not just somebody saying use citric acid to preserve your moisturizer. Anyways, guys, I've talked my head off. I'm tired. It's Friday. I want to rest. But I will do another live by God's grace in February. You all stay safe. Like I said, thank you guys for supporting. I'm reading my notes. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do, Feed the Beauty, for my family member, because we've tried so many things, and it's like, I think some of these products aggravate even acne skin, to be honest. Some of it does. But anyways, Feed the Beauty, if your number is still the same, my number is still the same. Let's catch up, okay? And see how everything is going. But anyways, you guys stay safe. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for letting me rant. Hopefully I didn't sound crazy in the beginning. Patreon, but it needed to come out. But thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next live. I'll hopefully I'll see if I can add the extra books I talked about from Institute. Christy, you're crazy with your emojis. Oh, I know. Shipping to the UK is too expensive, my love. It's too expensive. It's hard enough shipping in the United States. Yes, I hope to offer maybe worldwide shipping one day. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. And pray that I can do my formulating hair classes. I'm hoping to have one. I don't know if I will, but we'll see. It might be pre-recorded, or I might do a live one. I don't know yet. But thank you guys. I will see you on Sunday's video, hopefully. But thank you guys. God bless and take care. Look at my smile at the end. Bye.